Okay, so I want to review what is the rationale behind David Cameron's policy on Muslims in the UK. It looks pretty damn lenient. It almost looks like he's got his head in the sand on a number of issues. But I can tell you there's a method behind the madness. I know a lot of people think, well, part of it is to just destroy the national identity of the UK and its traditions and values and things like that. But I can also say there's another rationale behind it, because one of the things about religion that's always existed throughout the ages, and you can also say it's true of the Catholic Church, but not so much the way it is today. 500 years ago was a lot different, right? Now today, the religion that really is the most severe and controlling of anything is Islam. And what do the elite really want more than anything? They want control of the people. So there is one of your logics behind Obama being president. I don't know if he actually won a fair election. That was the second time. I got some sneaking suspicions that it was rigged. But, what's the game? Was it him? No. Actually, what's going on, the elite are actually pushing Islam right now. And actually, I realized that the Obama administration, actually tries to censor people who criticize ISIS or Islam, and he talks one way about supporting Israel, but on the other side, his actions speak loudly the other way. It's amazing how people like Jon Stewart support this guy, being that he's supposedly Jewish. I'm like thinking to myself, you're an idiot. But maybe he is an idiot. I don't know. He's smart in some ways, but he's dumb in others. But the thing is, with Cameron, you might think of him as like a freaking yo-yo liberal idiot, but he's not an idiot. He's playing a game. You might think of these people on the top that have this policy going as they all got their heads stuck in the sand, but they don't. They got a game going. And the game isn't just destroying nationalism and national identity, cultural identity, but it's also bringing about a religious institutional change in all countries. And I think one of the religions they're really choosing to bring in major force is Islam. Now, that's not the only thing that's going on, because I think it's going to be one facet of how the New World Order really wants to control things. So the game is actually far more nefarious than you think. Now, I'm going to tell you, though, all religions on the top, the higher up you go, the worse they are. But I'll give you a couple of examples. Even in Islam, where you're talking about the royal family on one side with the Sunni, and then you got in Iran with the Shiite. Now, even like if you look back, 6 months ago, you had the grandson, so not even the guy that's the religious cleric, but he was a grandson of one of the religious clerics, which tells you the whole structure in Iran has got a load of people in there, freaking filthy rich on the very top, and everybody else is getting crushed by the sanctions. Well, the grandson of one of the religious clerics, he had his girlfriend, the grandson I think was like 18, he had his girlfriend driving his Porsche, and she crashed at high speed into a wall or something and killed both of them, and that hit the airwaves about 6 months ago. But it highlights just how much money is really being funneled to the top and the clerics. And, same deal with the Saudis. And they never practice what they preach. The Saudi family is corrupt as all hell. The Iranians are corrupt as all hell. I mean, pretty much the higher up you go anywhere, they're corrupt as all hell. The popes especially back, well, they're all freaking. I know why Pope Benedict had to resign. I don't even want to get into that, because that could be a separate freaking hour-long video, but I don't think I want to get into that. But the other thing is, they're all corrupt. The higher up they go, the more corrupt they are. And, it don't matter if it's liberal or conservative. Here you got these conservative Republican, Eisenhower, Nixon with the Saudi family way back when. Same kind of deal. They don't give a damn. See, religion's all nothing but power. It's a power thing. And, I can tell you right now, I mean, you don't even know. I know people argue with me left and right, and I don't really give a shit about arguing religion. I'm not going to argue with you, but even the stories they have in the Bible where they say they got all these eyewitness accounts of what happened with Jesus, you don't even know what the hell's been made up. But I could say one thing: I like the red words, in the Bible. I got to say that, and I don't see nothing in Christianity that tells people to do what they tell people to do in Islam. It's a racist religion. I can tell you that right now. In Islam, You know, hey, you can kill all the freaking infidels and freaking make your women slaves and use them as whores and shit, but you can't do that. You know, they're a bunch of bullshit. But anyway, you know, you got to get back. The UK has got to go back to traditions, and they also got to start making this motorcycle in the UK. I know right now it's being made in India, and I heard the Royal Enfield is actually outselling Harley Davidson in the United States. But I'm thinking, man, it ought to be made in the UK, man. The UK's are freaking ones where it came from. It's getting copied in India, and it's being sold over here. Why don't they make it in the UK and sell it over here in the USA, man? What the hell? Improve the economy, you know? So anyway, you know, the way I look at it is like we got our traditions and we got our way of women to do things. If the women want to be crazy and freaky over here, that's what the hell they want to do. You know what I mean? Because it don't matter. If you're going to crash, you're going to crash. You're going to die. So you must as well have fun while the wheels are rolling. So and the things are rubbers going right. But the thing is, you know, it's a harsh, restrictive religion, Islam, but except for the people on the top. I mean, they got all kinds of freaking corruption going on in Iran. I mean, as a matter of fact, it was the police chief. It was several years ago, in 2012, 3 years ago, in 2012. The police chief that was in charge of freaking morality and cracking down on prostitution was caught with a bunch of freaking hookers himself, naked hookers himself. Blah, 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 blah. And I'm thinking to myself, yeah, it's the same old bullshit. They bring in Western hookers left and right in Iran to the religious yo-yos on the top. They do it, you know, probably everybody, you know. I mean, they criticize the British royal family for doing this shit, but everybody does it, right? So anyway, but actually I got to say one thing. Prince Charles is the only one I've seen of a really high stature. He's got a real high stature, I guess. Yeah, he would, I guess, no matter how he cut it. Is the only one I've actually seen make a lot of statements about, you know, that, you know, the Muslims coming over to the UK ought to should respect British traditions, our culture, our way of life, because they're going to live there, right? Yeah, I think so, too, because, you know, the way I look at it, if the Saudis, like, dish out 1,000 lashes for saying something they don't like, I mean, the British ought to dish out, you know, freaking 500 lashes and be twice as lenient as the Saudi family for freaking yo-yos coming over in UK and freaking criticizing the UK. How's that? You want to be that? I don't even give a shit. To tell you the truth, I like to just kick the freaking yo-yos right there. I ain't even from the UK. But you know what? This shit's pissing me off. I realized what's going on with Cameron. I was looking at this shit. I said to myself, but I realized Prince Charles is actually saying a lot of other things different from Cameron. But I think that the powers that be got, well, I know there's a lot of, I don't know about the royal family. I know it's a mixed bag. But the thing is, you know, the powers that be kind of own the royal family, I think. Even, I don't know what the hell the deal is exactly, but I also realize whether they're descended from Rothschilds or not, that was one of the freaking things that came out recently, supposedly. I don't know if you're really anti-UK, if you've been in this position of power, with all these things surrounding you, being reminded that you are the monarch of Britain and all this, and you know what I mean? I mean, you could have been from Hoboken, New Jersey, and if you've been in that situation and living in that around you all that time, you're going to be totally indoctrinated in UK is number one. So, you know, I don't know how much they really are, well, in their hearts they're against the UK. I doubt it. This Prince Charles, I think he's pro-UK all the way. He should be anyway, but I think he is. Now, this guy, he's another one that's playing a religious game, Pope Francis. You know, at first I thought he was cool because he bought an old VW Volkswagen. I says, well, that's cool. He's not driving around a freaking expensive Pope mobile, and he's going to be like humble like a old friar monk or some shit. But no, it's a big act. And you know, this guy, I could say he's basically the anti-Pope because it's like he's blending all religions into one, because that fits into the New World Order, one religion, one world. And I'm like, yo. You know, I already know what Catholicism is about. You don't need, you know, the Pope's infallible. Well, you know what, Pope Francis? You're saying stuff that totally goes against many popes that preceded you that were infallible too. You're in a minority, pal. And I'm going to tell you, you're wrong. Because even though I'm a sinner and I don't give a shit about it too much, to tell you the truth, I can tell you right now that I realize what Catholicism is supposed to be about. And you ain't it, buddy. And I'll tell you that right now. So, it's a matter of once Vatican II actually came into play in 1964, I realized the Catholic Church was infiltrated by communists. And this guy's the number one communist going. And I also know why Benedict resigned, and I ain't going to go into that, and I'm never going to go into that, because that might be too controversial. But I can say one thing about Benedict. He likes cats. He's the cat pope. But anyway, us commoners got to freaking stick with the freaking real reality of the situation. Actually, if I was in the UK, I'd be like all on the side of Prince Charles all the way. And I never liked Diana anyway, so give a shit. It sounds mean, but I never liked her. Everybody's like, "Oh, Princess Diana." I never liked that chick. I never liked her. I don't know why. But anyway, it's just me. Maybe I'm mean. Maybe I'm one of them. Maybe I really am one of them. I don't know, man. I don't think I am, but no. But I never liked that chick. But I can tell you one thing. You got to actually think like raw common sense. And the way people are thinking right now is they're getting trapped into restrictive arguments. They already set the parameters up, and they already put you on a defensive. I'm going to tell you right now, man. The British and Americans we got our own culture, man. That's all there is to it. And tough shit. This isn't like, oh, freaking, I don't give a shit about this book, The Melting Pot. You remember that crap? Yeah, the melting pot means you conform to our culture. That's what it means. You melt into the shit, and we don't put any freaking kind of garbage into the steel that's impurities. We put the best freaking alloys to make the best metal to make the best swords. That's what the melting pot means. We don't put garbage freaking materials into the melting pot because we'll have brittle swords that break and dull real quick, because I consider ourselves to be fighting nations. The hell with this bullshit. Hey, British and the USA rule the world. Screw it. You know what I mean? And, if I ever came up with a cult for religion, I don't give a shit, man. Islam wants to rule the world. I say UK and the British and the United States rule the world. And Hillary, you could take a freaking boat someplace else, wherever the hell planet you came from. I don't give a shit. But I'm going to tell you one thing, Dad. I think Diana Dors, if there's going to actually be a cult, we have the cult of Diana Dors. Diana Dors. The chick that actually books better than freaking Marilyn Monroe and Jane Mansfield. She's a hot chick, I can tell you that right now. And that doesn't mean you kiss her ass and you lick her feet and you bow down like a cuckold conservative. Conservative. I'm talking about just the kind of stuff that's important right here. And, when you got freaking yo-yos coming in your country that are freaking trying to restrict this kind of thing and put veils on them and burqas, I say, take a hike. But the thing is, they'll freaking rape your woman, they'll freaking enslave your woman, they'll beat your woman, they'll whore out your woman while they're talking one, because it's the religion allows it, because they're not Islamic. The hell with this bullshit. What I'll say is, I'll just adapt the religion. You're foreign, screw you. And I'll say I got the religion, I'm the cult of freaking Diana Dors. This is the kind of stuff you protect, blondes. Anyway, I'm going to tell you right now that Cameron knows what the hell he's doing. He's not stupid. It's not just about destroying British nationalism. It's not just about destroying British culture. But it's also about pushing in a restrictive, power-hungry, all the elite got all the freaking power on the top. They make the rules. They can break any rule they want. The rules are for the commoners. And the hell with it. And, if you ever thought, the situation actually with the monarchs in Britain, people might have thought, well, we broke away from the British monarchy and, we got the Magna Carta and we got the Parliament, the Constitution, the USA rebelled, and I got relatives on my father's side with 3 revolutionary patriots. Yeah, rebelled. I got a Confederate patriot on my side and shit. And my father's side. My mother's side got the royalty shit. But the thing is, I got to tell you right now, man, it's a matter of, these Sharia law yo-yos coming in, they're going to be worse than anybody. Worst. What the hell is this shit? And I don't get it. I don't get if the Rothschilds are behind this shit. Are they behind this shit? I don't know what the hell's behind it. I'll tell you one thing, the Jews aren't behind it. I'll tell you that right now. You know, that's another thing on YouTube. They got all these Jewish conspiracy theories, like the Jews are behind this and that. The Jews ain't behind freaking having a bunch of Muslims coming into France and UK. No way in hell. I can tell you that right now. I don't know who the hell is behind it, but I think it's the devils. And I think this guy's not too cool. He might be a devil with a cute smile. He looks like a nice guy, don't he? I thought he was a nice guy when he first came in. Then he started freaking saying all this stuff that was totally against Catholic ideology and doctrine for the last 2,000 years. I'm saying, yo, you are an imposter. I don't give a shit. You got a cute smile and you drive an old VW. It don't matter to me, man. You're full of it. So I'm calling it out like it is. Even though I'm not a good Christian, I don't care. You know what I mean? I already know what it's supposed to be. And I'll fight for what it's supposed to be. Although, I don't know, man. I mean, they could have made up half that shit in the Bible for all I know. But I could tell you one thing. Common sense goes a long way. And actually, Prince Charles is talking a lot of common sense when he's telling them people. Now, I'm wondering how much he could actually say or what he can actually, how far he can go, though. Because I think he might be part Rothschild. If he's part Rothschild, I'm part Rothschild. He might be. But I don't know if that's the whole deal. Because I'm not really sure who the hell is pulling the strings. We all think we know who's pulling the strings, but I can tell you right now, the ones that are really pulling the strings are probably not known. Not known. I mean, there's so many freaking fake stories out there that, you know, they give people a bit of truth, like Alex Jones will do that all the time, and then, you know. But I can tell you right now, if Prince Charles was from Hoboken, New Jersey, and then he learned how to talk British, and he was like, you know, when he was born in Hope, say he was, right? Even if he had not one drop of royal blood in him, if he's been in that position all his life and he's been surrounded by this, he's pro-UK all the way. I don't think this guy's a New World Order guy. And Cameron is. But I think the New World Order, I don't know, it's a mixed bag of what's going on. I'm not really 100% sure, but I do know that they're using religion as a form of control. And it looks like Islam was created. Yeah, I know some people say it was created by the Vatican. I don't think so, man. I don't think so. But I think Islam was created like as a nefarious plan to freaking just control people. I'm not sure if they all, you know, there's even a lot of arguments out there that Muhammad may not have actually existed the way you think. Even Jesus, the story of Jesus, that could be freaking totally inaccurate. There's so much of his life. You have no idea what the hell went on. I mean, I know people are going to freaking go ballistic on that because they've already been taught I've been taught way more. I've been taught way more than you. I guarantee you. I mean, I went to freaking Catholic school for 16 years, man. I went to confirmation, confessions. I got more freaking Catholic education than you think. So if I'm saying that, it's because I actually looked at other solid facts. And, you know, I don't know what the exact truth is. I just know what common sense is. You know, before there was religion, people knew what right and wrong was. You know what I mean? They did know. They did know. I can tell you that right now. There's no doubt about it. So, but religion's a form of control, and I think that's really that's the real rationale behind why Cameron is like, hey, let the Muslims come into the UK and do what they want. Right. But, you know, it's going to backfire on him, too. And Obama is like, I think he's just a creation. I don't even know where he's been born, man. He could have been born anywhere. Nobody knows shit about this guy, man. Nothing. I don't know, you know, and I know one thing. Man, they're trying to crush any kind of criticism, the administration. But, you know, you got to remember, the administration in this country is actually run by the powers that be. And I realize the powers that be are actually behind Islam and ISIS and all that kind of shit. I don't know. Maybe it's just out to destroy the human race, bring down the numbers. Maybe. I don't know. And there's a lot of stuff I can go into and a lot of tangents. And I can tell you, I think they already got ways, the elite got ways now that have come to light more recently where people can live hundreds of years old. And they ain't going to give it to you people. They're using this technology to whittle down the actual numbers through GMO and, all these other vaccines and all this other shit. I can tell you that right now. But, I look at it like this. The planet ain't going to get over full because you know what's going to happen? We're going to get so smart that we can live anywhere in the freaking universe. You know what I mean? There's no way in hell we're going to run out of room. And even if you look at the planet, there's like so much technology. You can live under the ocean in cities, and you can live up in colder climates with the right technology. It's the overpopulation thing's a pile of bullshit. That's why these elite assholes, they always paint themselves in a corner, man. They always do. So anyway, fight the power, screw the bullshit, and I don't know. I'm going to be making some. I should say this on this video in the end. I'm going to be making some car videos here pretty soon, hopefully, if this weather ever freaking breaks, man. It's been raining like crazy out every freaking day while California is getting clobbered with drought. So I've been anxious to do more car work, but I'm like, shit, I can't. It's like freaking, it's like this, it's like the monsoons of freaking everything. It reminds me of Southeast Asia or some shit, or South Pacific on the other side of the world. Anyway, Charles, you better, anyway. I was going to say something, but I'm like, the situation in the UK is far worse than the USA, what they got with Muslims. And the situation in Sweden, it ain't going to get that way over here. I can tell you that right now.